Hello and welcome back. I'm Joseph Hoffman, and today let's learn how to play the A major and minor pentascales. Come on over to the piano to get started. Since we're learning the A major and minor pentascales, we need to find where A is. Can you point to any A's on your screen? If you're pointing here or here, you're correct. So let's go ahead and choose this one to try and build an A major pentascale. And I'm just going to choose all white keys for right now. Then let's see what we get. Now, in solfege, we'd have do, re, mi, fa, so, but remember that mi and fa have to be a half step apart. They're not going to be happy here, are they? Because they have this black key in between. That means we have a whole step instead of a half step. What can we do? We're going to need to take this third note and raise it a half step to C sharp in order to create that half step between mi and fa. Now we have do, re, mi, fa, so. Everyone's happy now. Can you name the letters of each key for me? Say them out loud for me. Go. The correct answer would be A, B, C sharp, D, E. And this would be A major drawn on the staff. Can you name the notes with me? Point and let's name these notes. Ready, go. A, B, C sharp, D, E. Same is true for the bass clef. A, B, C sharp, D, E. You might have noticed that A major has this white, white, black, white, white pattern. The same pattern that we see in the pentascale we've already learned, D major, which is also white, white, black, white, white. Now let's try stepping and skipping using just the right hand. Finger 1 is on A, and then you've got white, white, black. Finger 3 is on that C sharp, white, white. Find the position, and let's play stepping and skipping. Ready, go. Stepping up and stepping down and skipping up and down. And then let's do our 1 chord. Good. Now, quick posture check. As you play, make sure that your wrist stays flexible. See how I kind of drop slightly and then it floats back up after each note. That helps you use arm weight to play. Also, check that your pinky isn't collapsing and that your fingers are all staying in their relaxed, curved shape. Let's try it one more time now with great piano posture. Go. Stepping up and stepping down and skipping up and down. Chord. Now let's try that with the left hand. Can you find an A major pentascale with your left hand? So I've got my finger 5 on A, white, white, black, white, white. Finger 3 on C sharp. Ready, go. Stepping up and stepping down and skipping up and down. Play our 1 chord. Good. Now, where would the 5-7 chord be in A major? Can you try and find it on your piano? If you found these 3 notes, you're correct. Remember that a 5-7 chord, if you're coming from a major chord, do moves down a half step to T, the nearest possible note to the left, and mi moves up a half step to fa. So this would be our 5-7 chord in A major, which you can play with fingers 1, 2, and 5 if you're in the left hand, or fingers 5, 4, and 1 in the right hand. So when you play stepping and skipping, a bonus you can do is play the 1 chord, then play the 5-7 chord, then back to the 1 chord. That's an optional extension you can do on the end for bonus work, if you want that challenge. Now today I wanted to show you a more advanced technique called staccato. Staccato is a style of playing, or an articulation, they're sometimes called if you want to be fancy. It's an articulation used to make this kind of sound. This is called a staccato. When you play with a quick release of the note. Kind of makes a crisp popping sound. It can be useful to create certain kinds of moods or feelings in music, like if you want to sound really mysterious. Staccato can be fun. It can also add a lot of excitement. Now, to play a staccato, I want you to master what's called a little wrist lift. So without playing a single note, just place your fingers in the A major pentascale, just resting on those keys, and then practice giving a little quick but comfortable lift in your wrist. And your forearm will probably naturally come up a little bit too. Just practice a little quick lift and then relax. Lift and then relax. Try this with me. Okay? Keeping your fingers resting on the keys. Your thumb may come up off the keys a little bit as you lift, and that's fine. But most of your fingers are just going to be resting there. Ready? Lift and then relax. Lift and then relax. Lift and then relax. Good. Now when you play a staccato, as you play the staccato, do that little wrist lift, and that will lift your fingers up off the keys. The instant you play, you're already starting to lift, and that will give it that quick sound. Lift, 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 lift. So instead of thinking down to play the note, to play a good staccato, you're actually thinking up, almost like you're sucking the sound right out of the keys. Lift, 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 lift. Try using your left hand and just play so, fa, mi, re, do in the A major pentascale. And with every note, you're going to do a little quick lift in the wrist, keeping your fingers close to the keys. Ready, go. So, fa, mi, re, do. Good. Now let's try that with the right hand. Cover up the A major pentascale, and we're just going to do so, fa, mi, re, do, stepping down with a little lift on every note. Ready, go. So, fa, mi, re, do. Good. Now we can try stepping and skipping with staccato, like this. Stepping up and stepping down and skipping up and down. Then finish with a one chord. You notice even on the chord, you can do a staccato. Just do a little wrist lift. Makes a nice crisp sound. Let's try that together. We're doing stepping and skipping with a staccato on every note. Remember, quick lift. Ready, go. Stepping up and stepping down and skipping up and down. Chord. Now you know how to play staccato. Okay, now let's find A minor. Here's A major. Can you point to the note we need to change to make it A minor? The correct answer is right here. We always take the third note, which is mi, and lower it a half step to become me. So we have do, re, mi, fa, so. The half step now is between the second and third notes, between re and mi. Do, re, mi, fa, so. That gives us A minor. So let's play the A minor pentascale now using staccato. Keep your fingers close to the keys. Remember, with the staccato, you don't want to come flying off. Keep your fingers close to the keys, just a little wrist lift. Play it gently, kind of softly. Ready, go. Stepping up and stepping down and skipping up and down. Now the chord. Good. Great. Let's finish with an improvisation today and come back to the key of A major. And as you improvise, choose right hand or left hand, and you can use any A major pentascale on your entire piano. I call this improvisation flying. So feel free to fly around your piano and really explore the different sounds you can make. Also, feel free to use staccato notes to add excitement where you feel like it. They don't all have to be staccato. You can have some smooth notes, which we call legato. You can mix up staccato and legato to make a nice, fun, exciting sound. My accompaniment will sound like this. Now I'm going to vary that throughout. So try and respond to what I'm doing. Like if I get softer, maybe you'll get softer too, or maybe go up higher on the piano. And then if I get louder, make your notes more exciting too. So we're responding to the music. And then of course, as you hear that I'm coming to the end, start getting ready to end so we can end together. Now let's improvise together. We're playing Flying. Find any A major pentascale and you can start playing whenever you feel like making some music. Nice work learning the A major and A minor pentascales. And thanks for improvising with me too. From our website, as part of the materials for this unit, you can get an audio practice track where you can get additional practice improvising. I hope you'll remember to practice every day. Always, of course, using your best piano posture. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Pretend to be Mr. Hoffman and you be the student. Okay. All right. Now, on your own, play the A minor pentascale. Got it. A, B, C, D, E. Great job. Thanks. Now try the A major pentascale. Oh, A major. Got it. Let's see. A, B, C sharp. Ow! C sharp. Ugh! What is it? Be careful. That note is sharp.